Hello there, and welcome back, my spooky and ASMR fans. So today's video is going to be regarding the legend slash somewhat people say it could be true story of Annabelle, which was the cursed doll. I'll be reading from another page on my device here, so if you see me looking at the screen, that's what I'll be reading. So I'm just going to flip over now. Okay, here we go. So if you don't know, basically Annabelle is a doll, and basically they say something resides in her. They don't know whether it's a demonic, a ghost of a little girl called Annabelle, or something more sinister. I'm sure everyone by now has heard of Annabelle, thanks to the films. So, the chilling true story of Annabelle. The supernatural realm, the home of ghosts, demons and hauntings. In this realm there exist few characters and stories that elicit such a combination of fear and recognition as her, Annabelle. Her name and likeness became famous through the Conjuring film series. She has now become synonymous with tales of dark supernatural encounters. Annabelle is now almost a household name. She is famous for a terrifying, unsettling gaze. Beneath the lights and cameras of Hollywood, Annabelle blurs the lines between reality and imagination. The history of the real Annabelle doll is just as strange and chilling as what you see in the films. Now, the haunting of Donna and Angie, and this is where the story begins, where it first they get an inkling that there is something wrong with Annabelle. The real story of the haunted Annabelle doll begins back in the 1970s, America. In 1970, a mother purchased a vintage Raggedy Ann doll named Annabelle as a birthday gift for her daughter, Donna. Now, I'm going to stop it there because I think that's a little bit incorrect, because the mother bought her daughter the Raggedy Ann doll, but it wasn't actually named Annabelle then. It's only once Donna and Angie bought in a psychic, or what they thought was a real psychic, and said it was the ghost of a little girl called Annabelle who lived in the same apartment block as Donna and Angie. So, little did they know that this innocent-looking doll would soon become the source of both fascination and terror. Donna was a student nurse living at college with a roommate, Angie. She took the doll thinking nothing of it. Things began to get weird soon after. Supposedly, Annabelle started to mysteriously move around Donna's apartment. She left peculiar messages on parchment paper, even though Donna didn't have any parchment paper in her possession. Some of the messages were directed at a friend of Donna's, Lou, who hated the doll. He sent something seriously off about it. I have read that. I think she attacked him, actually. Perplexed and concerned, Donna sought out a medium for help. They made a chilling revelation. According to the medium, Annabelle Higgins, a young girl who tragically passed away at 7 years old, who believed to possess the doll. Which I did say, but they said it was from her apartment. Donna and Angie both felt uneasy. They were caring and compassionate nursing students, so they decided to allow Annabelle to stay. It wasn't long, however, before the situation took a horrifying turn. Allegedly, one day Annabelle attacked Donna's friend Lou. That's the one I read. This was the same friend who Annabelle directed her cryptic notes to. She attempted to strangle him, and she left what looked like the claw marks across his chest. They feared for their safety. They were unable to comprehend the strange occurrences. Therefore, Donna and Lou reached out to a priest. The priest contacted paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren for assistance. Now, the story that I read regarding Lou, he just didn't like the doll from the get-go. Let me just put my camera back on a second. He didn't like the doll from the get-go. And one night when he was sort of in sleep paralysis, he said that he saw Annabelle levitating off the floor and then come up on his bed crawling, and he couldn't move. Excuse me. He couldn't move, and so that's when she attempted to strangle, and she then proceeded to scratch him across his chest. After this is when they actually called in a medium. This was before the priest. They called in a medium, and she sat down and she said, "This is Annabelle Higgins. She was a girl who lived in your apartment. She really loves it here. Yada yada yada. She wants to stay in the doll, and she's really lonely and loves being around you guys." Basically, whatever was in this doll was trying to play on Donna and Angie's compassion and for them to take pity on her. And as you all know, if you're into any type of paranormal stories, you will all know that if it's something demonic or evil, that's their way to let them in by pretending to be a child or one of your loved ones that have passed over. And that's why they let them stay. They also, on the parchment paper notes that this Annabelle left, she put "Lou's dead, Lou's going to die." And as Donna and Angie said, there was no parchment paper in their apartment, and she also had used it with like red wax crayons, and they had no crayons in the apartment. So yeah, the first time Annabelle would have moved, or anybody mentioned Annabelle moving, that would have been it for me. You gotta go. I don't mess with dolls, don't mess with ghosts, not a chance. And so Ed and Lorraine came in, and they also they sensed something was not right with Annabelle the doll, and they completely disagreed with what the medium had told Angie and Donna. So now I'm just going to carry on reading. Yeah. Donna and Ange accepted the aid of the Warrens. They knew they needed someone more experienced and knowledgeable about such strange and threatening circumstances. The Warrens quickly realised that the doll was not merely haunted by a ghost. They deduced that she instead harboured something much more sinister, an inhumane and malevolent spirit. According to their assessment, the doll acted as a conduit for a demon. I think I said that right. They said it was demonically possessed, and its target was Donna. To address the escalating danger, the Warrens decided to perform an exorcism on the doll. Their attempts to free Annabelle from the demon's grip proved unsuccessful at first. Undeterred, the Warrens took custody of the doll. They recognised the urgent need to contain its malicious influence. They placed Annabelle in a bag and embarked on a cautious journey home. They avoided highways to minimise the risk of any further interference from the malevolent force. As they travelled on back roads, the Warrens encountered a series of harrowing incidents. The car's engine malfunctioned, power steering failed, and even the brakes posted a challenge. Fearing the demon's interference, Ed resorted to sprinkling the doll with holy water. This proved a temporary respite from the disturbances. This eerie episode uncovered the powerful grip the demon had on Annabelle. It left the Warrens acutely aware of the dark forces they were dealing with. Annabelle is moved to the Warrens Occult Museum. After acquiring the doll, the Warrens realised that Annabelle's presence was too powerful to be contained within their home. They recognised the doll's capacity to evade locks and wreak havoc. Therefore, the Warrens constructed a custom case to confine Annabelle's influence. Annabelle found itself in a new home. She was put in an exhibit in the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. Visitors to the museum were met with a chilling warning that taunting the doll was not without consequences. Numerous individuals who dared to disrespect Annabelle faced alarming fates. Many had near-death or fatal accidents shortly after leaving the Warrens' presence. The doll's reputation as misfortune grew. It instilled fear in even the most sceptical observers. Despite being encased within the secure confines of the museum, Annabelle's malevolent energy persisted. Even within the locked case, the doll managed to maintain a sense of unpredictability. It would occasionally resurface in different rooms of the Warrens' home. It defied any notion of containment. Oh, no way. Sensing the doll's resurgence, the Warrens sought the assistance of a Catholic priest to perform an exorcism on Annabelle, but they underestimated the danger they faced. In a twist of fate, the priest's brakes failed. This resulted in a horrific accident that totaled his car. Though he survived, it served as a grim reminder of the relentless power connected to the doll. Today, Annabelle supposedly remains within a secured case at the Warrens Occult Museum, although it closed some years ago. So let me just put my camera back on. I heard of one story. It's of a man and his girlfriend, I believe, who came on a motorbike. They went into the museum. And I think he was just showing off to his girlfriend, whoever it was at the time, and he was taunting Annabelle and saying stuff along the lines of, "Oh, if you're so powerful, come on then, show me, do it to me." And obviously Ed overheard this and removed the idiot from the museum and told him he shouldn't have done that. Anyway, on the way home, they got into a serious motorbike accident. The girlfriend survived. The man on the bike didn't, unfortunately. When the girlfriend woke up in hospital, she totally put it down to Annabelle. She said at the time of the crash, they were actually basically draining. Why does it always rain when I do these videos? But the girlfriend said that they were actually taking the mickey and taunting about Annabelle between them, and then the bike obviously malfunctioned and they crashed. Same with the priest. So it all depends really if you think this is based on Annabelle or what resides in Annabelle, or if it's coincidences, very strange coincidences. But I've also read that after Annabelle was in the confined case, they also got a priest in to exorcise and put blessings onto the case every week after that. And it just seemed to keep everything steady and hold her at bay. Well, it at bay, her. So it all, like I say, all depends on what you believe, but in the films, it's always so funny because the doll looks really scary in the film, which it has to be to sell, a film and a movie. But the real Annabelle doll was the Raggedy Ann doll, which just looks the most cheerful and innocent and naive child's toy doll you can get. And as I say, what will happen to Annabelle eventually in the case, I do not know. I'm not sure if family members of Ed and Lorraine have taken over. I'd have to read up and research that. But eventually, what is going to happen? I don't know. Will they remove the entity from the doll? I don't know. What will become of it? But yeah, that is obviously the story of Annabelle. As you all know, in this type of spooky community, Ed and Lorraine Warren are very well known. They help people who are in trouble or who are experiencing problems and issues with the paranormal. I believe Lorraine Warren is like a psychic medium. She feels things, she senses things. She knows things that have happened. She got presences, and also then got Ed, he's a demonologist. So obviously they're married, so together they do this to help a lot of people. They think it's their their life purpose and why they were brought together, etc. But if they help people, then good for them, because like I say, myself personally, being through something when I was small, I can understand how it's, because when you look at documentaries or videos on YouTube or horror films, it's all fun and games, but actually living in an experience when you're going through that is a hell of a lot different. It is a nightmare. It's not fun and games. They can make you ill. They can make you so chronically tired. They can change your people, the people around you, your personality. It's money loss. You can get fired from jobs, lose your house. So many horrible things can manifest. And once these things start to manifest and it makes you feel worse, you start getting more depressed, you start getting more angry or fearful. It just feeds on that and gives it more strength. And that goes from the majority of evil entities, demons, whatever you want to call them. It just gives them more power. So that is it for today. Again, it was only a short one, but I do hope that you enjoyed this little video. I know I'm covering a lot of well-known legends and paranormal stories, but with me just starting off, just want to get the more big ones out the way, the more obvious ones, and then I can start focusing on the more ones that haven't been told very much, so I'd also like to do some personal ghost stories, maybe subscribers or what people write into me about their experiences. I'd like to do that as well, but so I will leave it there, and for now, you take care of yourself, have a very, very happy, blessed day, and I will see you again on the next episode. Bye.